Hello, my name is Scott Swain. I'm running for the Utah State House of Representatives for the Constitution Party. I'm running in Legislative District number 60, and I've been an Orem resident for most of my life. I have served as a voting precinct chairman, a county delegate, and a state delegate. I have actively studied the Declaration of Independence, the Constitution, and the Bill of Rights, and have written educational curriculum that is being used today in classrooms that helps teach students what it means to be an American. I've been disturbed by the rapid descent of our nation away from the founding principles that have made us great. We are a nation quickly falling prey to tyranny. Tyranny is defined as, quote, arbitrary or despotic exercise of power over subjects and others with a rigor not authorized by law or justice. For instance, the perceived threat of terrorism has cost our nation much in treasure and liberties. The Fourth Amendment has been nearly eviscerated, and each of the remaining rights from our Bill of Rights have been severely compromised. Benjamin Franklin wisely said, quote, those who would sacrifice essential liberties for a little temporary safety deserve neither liberty nor safety. It seems our government is trying to scare us into submission to give up all we hold dear through the threat of terrorism. The definition of terrorism is, quote, systematic covert warfare to produce terror for political coercion. If our government truly wanted to protect us, why didn't they close the borders following the 9/11 attacks? And why do they continue to keep our borders wide open? Plato said, quote, this and no other is the root from which a tyrant springs. When he first appears, he is a protector. Unquote. And the Soviet dictator Joseph Stalin said, quote, the easiest way to gain control of a population is to carry out acts of terror. The public will clamor for such laws if their personal security is threatened. Let us be wise in this supposed war on terrorism. There is another issue that Americans need to know about. Currently, the Bush administration is working on an agreement with Canada and Mexico called the Security and Prosperity Partnership for North America. It was signed last year without congressional approval and is intended to be implemented by 2010. The agreement calls for the elimination of our borders and completely integrated commerce, with our new dollar being called the Amero. Our Constitution will thus end, and we will be forced to enter into a new agreement with Canada and Mexico. Now you can see why the President does not want to stop illegal immigration. He wants to solve the problem of illegal immigration by erasing our borders. After over 200 years of relative peace and prosperity, do you want to lose our sovereignty and join with Canada and Mexico in a new and unproven regional government? We need to recognize the awful situation that we are in. We must demand a return to constitutional government. Our founding fathers wanted the federal government to be small. The Bill of Rights is a list of prohibitions on the possible encroachments of the federal government. Every power not enumerated in the Constitution belongs to the people and the states respectively. Why has our federal government overstepped its bounds in every conceivable way, and we have done nothing to stop them? We are truly asleep at the wheel. Here are some things I would push for if I were elected. 1, an end to illegal immigration in the state of Utah. 2, an end to government intrusion in our schools. No child left behind has got to be left behind. 3, an end to fiscal irresponsibility with unauthorized government spending. 4, an end to state and federal income tax and replace it with state and federal sales tax. This is not a regressive tax, as some have supposed, but a progressive tax. And 5, an end to abortion, except when the mother's health is threatened. These are just a few of the legislative decisions that I would stress, but beyond that, we need integrity in politics. We need more statesmen who will do what is right simply because it is right. What matters is that we are Americans who support our Constitution. Will you join with me in returning to the principles that make us uniquely the freest country in the world? I invite you to take a more active role in our nation's politics and support the Constitution Party. which is the party that represents the views that I have discussed. You can see my website at scottswainhome.com, or you can call me at 836-3781. Thank you for your time, and I look forward to meeting you.